Hello, guys. So, I want to talk to you about First Past the Post because I think it needs talking about. Lots of media groups, lots of people on YouTube and social media have picked up on this as well. Every year it gets brought up and nothing's done about it. Now, that's the long and short of that is because First Past the Post suits a two-party system. The two main parties, particularly if they're generally much bigger than the other parties, those two parties will always do well in a first past the post system. And first past the post tends to encourage landslides. It tends to encourage a big shift from one party that has a lot of seats to another party that then gains a lot of seats. Now, because of this, the two main parties that we have, Labour and Tory, they will not be motivated to change the system at all. Why would they? It suits them. They want to be in power, so they will keep the system that suits them. Now, this is particularly damaging, I think, because it allows for massive discrepancies between what the people want, what the voters actually vote for, and the level of power and authority that the people they voted for have in government. Now, this last election, we can see some pretty major disparities. Let's just take Labour, for example. They won, they got 412 seats, 63% of the seats in our parliament out of 650, well above the 326 needed to gain a majority in government. Now, what this does allow, and this is one of the advantages of first past the post, as proponents of that system claim, it's not about winning or losing. It's about the advantages of our particular system. The advantage is we have a strong government, and we like strong governments in the UK. We like a government that has a lot of power, a government that can say, right, I want to make this decision. The PM says that, his cabinet supports him, his party supports him. That's it. It becomes law. There's very little point in voting in Parliament because their Labour MPs in general will vote for them, even if with the majority of 412, with a majority of 80 odd, the Labour Party can even handle a whole load of renegades, a whole load of people that are not voting for that policy, and they will still pass the policy. So it's very, very useful for the party that's in power to have this majority. Now, what it means is you have big discrepancies, such as the fact that Labour received 9.66 million votes this election. That gave them 412 seats. In 2019, Labour received 10.3 million votes. Okay, over 500,000 more people voted for Labour in 2019 under Jeremy Corbyn than voted for Keir Starmer in this election. They received 200 seats, 200 and something seats. The Tories won with a majority. They ran their parliament. It was, that was it. It just doesn't make sense. Now we can break that down even further. The Greens regularly receive 1 million, 2 million votes, 3 million votes. I think they've received in the past. They regularly receive millions of votes, right? So let's say they receive 1 million votes. I believe in this election, the Greens won 2 million votes in this election, 1.9 million votes. They received 4 seats. So the Greens, despite winning 1/5 of the number of voters that Labour got, they received 4 seats. They received 1/100th of the number of seats, less than that, compared to Labour. Reform Party, they won 4 million votes. They got 4 million votes. They've received 5 MPs. So we're talking, 100th, again, 100th of the seats, and they receive, almost half the number of people voting for them. It blows your mind. They received 4 million votes, 5 seats. Plaid Cymru, on the other hand, as much as I support these smaller parties, Plaid Cymru received less than 200,000 votes and they got 4 seats. So 4 million votes, 4 seats, 200,000, 4 seats. Now, if we break down the Labour vote, if they got 4 million votes and they got the same proportion of seats as they did today, you're talking about 180 seats they would receive with those 4 million votes, 160 or something. How is that even possible? How can we claim to be a democracy when we have such ridiculous discrepancies as this? Tories got I think around 6 million votes. They got 121 seats. Now, I mean, I'm as happy as the next guy that the Tories are not in anymore. I'm just desperately unhappy that we still use this archaic system. Now, the system, it suits and advantages a two-party system. And as a result, the two parties that tend to win and come second, always, the Tories and the Labour here, they will never want to change the system. Why would they? They are paid to win seats. They're paid to get their party into power. That's where, if they're an ideologue, they do it for ideology. If they're a money man, they're there to earn some money, get their profits. And they do that by winning. And they win by keeping this system in power. Now, the Labour Party, I saw a poll recently, 83% of the members, the people that, pay to be in the Labour Party, that go to their meetings, that vote in Labour Party policy things, 83% of the Labour Party favour a PR system, one of a variety. It could be anything. I'm not proposing a very particular PR system, but something that, as is in the name, it proportionately represents the people. 83% of the Labour Party want a PR system. 12% oppose it, right? Most of the unions within the Labour Party support PR. It just, and the Labour Party, they're not going to talk about it. They've even been talking about reforming the Lords, reforming the electoral system and various things. They're not talking about PR. They're not talking about changing away from a first past the post system. And it just seems crazy to me. Why is that?